So I decided to get into a Devolver Digital published game recently, Carrion.
Oh, I played the demo to that a while back. What did you think?
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Now, I'm only like 3 or so hours in. I'm not very far into the game, but it is a reverse horror game Metroidvania where instead of like running from the spooky, scary monster thing that's going to kill everyone, you are the spooky, scary monster thing that's going to kill everyone. It is a really novel concept. It is executed pretty well. And I think it actually does really fit the Metroidvania kind of gameplay pretty excellently. You break open containers to like modify your DNA and give you more powers. You can grab people. There's a big physics system. Like you can chuck them against the wall, tear them in half, just nom on them for a while. You know, normal monster stuff.
I like the environmental interactivity too.
Yeah, so you grab doors and you can throw like objects around. So if there's like a guy with a gun or a shield, you can just like pick something up and slam him down. And it's really cool. The one call out I've got though is that control system is really good because it's not very normal. Like you haven't really played anything that controls quite like your character in Carrion. And it makes you, I don't know, kind of embody the evil, monster with a million tentacles sort of creature. It feels really, really good to play. So yeah, I downloaded it on Xbox Game Pass. So I was like, oh shit, this is out? Oh fuck, it's on Game Pass? Holy shit, let's play it.
Oh, I didn't know it was on Game Pass.
Yeah, I've been loving Game Pass because it's like, oh hey, here's some weird shit that I would have never like actually spent money on or played regularly. Let's try it. And
so is Game Pass Microsoft's way to get everyone on board with all digital?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Sign me up.
Sorry, derailed you. Continue.
So yeah.
One thing I liked about the controls of that game when I played the demo is, so you play as the monster with all the tentacles that are like grasping all the surfaces and moving around that way, but it controls like you're flying. But you're not because you're actually using the tentacle. It feels cool. I don't know. It was really very nice. Fluid.
I got to a big wide open area, and it's not just like the controls that kind of feel floaty or that you're flying, but it takes into account the actual physicality of the monster. So when I got to this big open area and there's no walls to grab onto, I just dropped like a fucking rock. Like I couldn't grab onto anything, so I couldn't climb or float around or move. It was really, really, really interesting. So yeah, I really love the physicality in that game. It feels good to play.
The idea, like you put on the notes, reverse horror, and I'm just like, that premise sounds interesting.
It's cool because it balances, at least as far as I could tell from what I played, it balances the whole power fantasy thing with also having to, like, you're vulnerable enough that you have to pay attention to what you're doing and try to play smart. But you still get that feeling of being this unstoppable force.
Like there are some enemies that have, guns and shields and stuff like that. And you actually have to think about, okay, how do I take them on? I can't just like bum rush them because I'll get killed. Or I'll lose enough of my mass that I can't use, whatever power, which is another cool thing Carrion does. You can actually deposit biomass at certain points in the world and actually shrink the size of your guy, which does two things. One, it decreases your health. Two, it makes you a bit faster because you're not a lumbering mess. And three, it actually changes the abilities you get. So if you're small, right now the ability is that I can go Spider-Man and just like blast people with like a sticky monster web, I guess, and tie them up. And that works really well for, guys with guns, or when I've got like a sight line on somebody, but I can't quite, get through myself because I'm too big. But when I'm bigger, I have this charge that breaks through certain pieces of the environment and literally splatters people into pieces. So you have to kind of balance the, how much health do I need going into the situation? What kind of powers do I need to unlock the puzzle? How do I regain this back if it's like a one-way door? There's a lot of good like Metroidvania design sense in here that really brings everything to life.
I'm going to check it out.
But yeah, if you've got Game Pass, download it. It's like, I don't know, 2 gigs. It's really tiny. It's going to take you no time at all to get started. And I think it's worth it at least to check out what a reverse horror game looks like.
I'm trying to think of any other games that did that, and I'm failing to think of any.
Braid?
Like it couldn't have been the first. Well, that's different.
2? BioShock 2, you were the big daddy. So
But you weren't a bad guy though.
Yeah.
You probably weren't just straight up preying on victims.
Yeah.
You weren't.
I don't know.
You weren't a monster murderer.
But yeah, I really, really have enjoyed my time with Carrion. I'm going to go back to it here soon.